You know I'm right. Episode 400. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese. And Joe, can you believe it? 400 episodes.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Episode 400. It's amazing because, again, we've told the story throughout the history of this show. I've known you since I was in middle school. We reconnected later in life. I think our friendship really turned after your wedding, which was amazing. A couple months after that, you had the idea to start the show. And after a couple of episodes, you approached me and you said, I would love for you to co-host this. And what started out as just two guys talking sports, waiting for everything to get back and running in the world, has turned into something great. We've made so many connections over the years, so many new networking opportunities. We've gone to a lot of major events. I've had the opportunity to go to major events on behalf of the show. So I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you. This has been really, really great. We're going to keep going here, and I'm right. We're going to take it to the moon.
Let's hope so. And we have a few special guests in this episode that we'll get to in a moment. I mean a lot to us on the show's history. But Joe, I wanted to ask you first, what's your most memorable moment from the show?
This is interesting. I mean, recency bias says when we did the Orlando trip back in December of last year in 2025, I think that was the first time that you and I, we were on the same page with everybody. We were able to bring the equipment down to Florida. We were able to kind of shoot some stuff down there. And we did a bunch of interviews that we've rolled out over the course of the last couple of weeks and months here. And I think everything being so inclusive, I think it was an amazing atmosphere to get to know people. Personally speaking, obviously, I love wrestling events. So uh, going back, SummerSlam 2022, seeing the amazing gold medal Olympic figure skater Scott Hamilton, meeting him for the first time, meeting his son, them going to a wrestling event for the first time, getting to see an electric SummerSlam event. That was excellent. There's so many events. And again, it's amazing because, like I said, when either me or you or both of us, like when we attend these events, we meet more people connected to people who we've already known or had on the show before. So it's just been a domino effect and it's been absolutely electric. And considering how great it's been so far, I can't wait to see where it goes in the future.
We shall see. Only time will tell. For me, my personal favorite memory is anytime we could talk about your dating or love life. It's
That's
always the
right.
highlight of every episode. You light up, the guests love it. And that you could talk about this real quick, Joe, that little the yin and yang factor, how oil
That's
and
right.
vinegar, peanut butter and jelly.
Salt and pepper. Any way you, I guess, want to talk about the combination of you and I. I think what we've learned through the years, especially, is because of our similarities and our differences. I think it makes the experience for whoever we have on for an interview, we make it great. One of the biggest compliments we always get is, "Oh, I've never been asked that before," or "Yeah, you guys ask good questions." You could go all the way back into the archives, and you could go back to some of our earliest guests, right? An Armin Kitayan, a Jacob Allman, right? Think about all those names that we had on years ago who were so kind and generous with their time. They came on with us. They loved the presentation that we had. They loved the research. I would say most of the interviews have been you, but through the years, you've asked me to do some rundowns here and there, and I think I've been tall to the task, and I think we've been able to maintain that level of quality and consistency whether it's been a guest who's in the sports world or media world, entertainment, like comedy or music, reality TV, a lot of business entrepreneurial people, some real estate people on recently. So I think we've maintained that again, despite what industry representative we've had on the show. So again, let's hope to continue that.
Yeah, I want to give a sincere thank you to all of our guests. 400 episodes, probably over 300 unique guests, I would think, at this point. So, really impressive stuff. Amazing guest booking by myself.
That's right. Best in
And
the
we
biz.
we have three very special guests with us on this episode. We're going to hear their interviews now. But first, Joe, little teaser, let everybody know who we have with us. Three great guests.
We have three amazing people on with us. They are very near and dear to our hearts. We've grown incredibly fond of them through the years, incredibly close with them. And in my case, I've got the opportunity to hang out with a bunch of them, and you recently. Uh, again, we've done so many different things with the show, sports and media, and now we do a lot of reality TV. So I would say over the last couple of years, we've grown closer to these three particular guests, and they have been such an integral and important part of the show. So our first guest here for episode 400, our guy Tucker Des Lauriers, former Big Brother contestant, former Amazing Race competitor with his brother, huge Boston fan. The Red Sox suck, but we love him, and I love him dearly, and he's just an amazing human being. Second, we have somebody who we've grown close to the last, I would say, a little less than a year. And shout out to Victor at Town Deli. We had dinner with this person right around the holiday season last year. He's been on Staten Island a couple of times here. Again, most notably, you've seen him on reality TV shows like Big Brother and The Challenge. And again, it's that connection, Cale, Calabrese, Calafiore. So we've had Paulie Calafiore. He will be our second guest here on episode 400. Amazing. And episode 400, anybody who's followed the show before, you know what we do for our 100 milestone episodes. Every single time we reach 100 episodes, we have our amazing friend who has been so important to us, again, in terms of our career, whether it was at, Secaucus in New Jersey or trying to help us get some guests and more connections after the fact. We love you very much, and a very special shout out to our final guest here for episode 400, the one and only Adnan Virk. We love your workhorse.
All right, let's get into it. Without further ado, it's time for the interviews. Right now, we're going to welcome in our first guest for episode 400. He's been, what, a four-time guest now, Joe, when we count the live streams and whatnot. We had the great in-person event with him at Berry Park back in the
Yeah.
fall. Still waiting for Joe Michael to pay us for that. But Joe, let everybody know who is with us right now.
We have somebody very, very special on with us today. I'm very happy that as of right now, at this point in the season, his Boston Red Sox are freaking terrible. I don't have to hear
I gotta
him.
go right now. Hold on, I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Goodbye. But and also we welcome Tucker Des Lauriers back to the show again, third, fourth, fifth
Let's
time. Who cares
go.
at this point? But I also got to ask you, as of right now, you've been so busy lately, right? And we miss you so much. But are you doing things the Patriot way?
Whoa, what does this mean? I don't even know what you're saying, dude. What does
I
that
don't know.
mean?
I don't know.
I'm
I've
nervous.
seen,
I'm nervous.
I'm seeing
All I know is
Mike
that
Vrabel's
apparently,
in a scandal. The Red Sox stink.
oh, I don't know. All I know is that you just showed up about 20 minutes late for this fucking thing to start, dude. So there's something going on with the Yankees over there. I came on
The
time,
Yankee
buddy.
way,
Okay?
late.
So at least the Red Sox are on time, all
So what do
right?
you think, Tucker? You think Joe is just like showing some laziness or some poor time management
I
skills?
don't
Because
know, dude. I
because
don't know.
how is
Apparently he's got
Joe
something.
gonna be the next big breakout star in reality if he doesn't put himself out there?
And then if he doesn't show up on time, dude, time is money in this industry. Everyone's pissed right now, Joe. That's
I'm
right. Nick
sorry.
texted
I'm
me on the
sorry.
side too. He's like, keep going, keep going.
I love you.
No, no, I didn't know what you meant by that. But yes, I've been busy. Right now I'm out in LA working on this documentary of this guy I've been doing for about like 8 years or so. He was Sammy Davis's driver. He was also like an old school actor. He was on the Night Rider, Dick Van Dyke show. He's in Mr. Roberts, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I'm out here. I'm actually staying at one of his old houses that I helped clean up, and then his daughter like refurnished it and stuff. So busy doing that, busy chatting with other shows, but um yeah, busy trying to get my Instagram back because
Tucker two
someone
hands.
out there is a loser, but it's fine.
So Joe, what did James Ellsworth say about any man with two hands?
Huh?
Any man with
I
two
don't
hands has a fighting chance.
has a
Tucker two
fighting
hands
chance.
is on Instagram for now.
Right. Yep, that's we're starting off with that one. I think I'll be able to get my old one back after almost 2 months. Yeah, so just like who's ever out there being a bully, like cool, you got it deleted. Now like move the fuck on, get out of your basement, and I don't know, put all that time and effort into something that is positive for yourself. Cause I don't know, you're just a douchebag.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we need Tucker's Instagram back. It's
come on.
imperative. I will say though that some of your old videos with us have been getting a lot of likes because people are obviously searching for your old Instagram, and
That's
we
right.
keep getting the likes. So
Hey, as long as someone's reaping the benefits, and now it's my boys, then we're
we're not
perfect.
gonna yeah, but we need your Instagram back before this episode that's airing right now came out because we
Okay. I'm gonna try. Hey, I was told about like a week. I should know. So that's like the best kind of advice I've got the whole time, man. You just call them, and once you can finally get to like get it elevated to the point where you talk to someone at Meta, you're just talking to somebody
yeah,
who's not like connected with Meta like that. It's just customer service. So they're just like reading from like the customer service manual, dude. And I'm like, I'm
right.
like, I know.
Playbook.
Yeah, I know what you guys are like doing here. And like, because I've done this 40 times already. So like I need to talk to somebody else. And you can't. So
Yeah.
there's
Now the rumors were running wild as to why your Instagram went away.
oh,
Obviously, we had a really rough winter, and you were having some travel issues. You missed your cruise, so that was a
yeah,
bummer. And
yeah, it's
then
horrible.
there were some other rumors you missed a big flight heading international, and you got so disgusted that you said, "I'm deleting my Instagram." And I was like, "I don't know about this. Seems a little too far-fetched for him to
Yeah, you
delete his
guys know
Instagram."
me. No way. No, yeah. I mean, the weather was crazy in New York this winter. It sucked that I had like four flights. I kept like canceling and rebooking for that Big Brother cruise, and like nothing was working out. And Derek was in Rhode Island, and he flew out from like the smaller Rhode Island airport. And as he's talking to people there, because we were trying to figure this shit out, he's like, "Oh, bro, everyone here is telling me like there's no way you're getting out. Like I'm lucky because it's a smaller airport and they have like more control over like their airspace or whatever." And yeah, anyway, got slumped. Mother Nature, what can you do?
What can it do? Yeah. So there was some, then there was some more bad Mother Nature, and this was now there. We got to know what happened as much as you can tell us here, because the
Thank you.
rumors were that you were going to be on the challenge, and then there was the bad snowstorm, and people said, well, he couldn't catch his flight, so they said forget about him.
Yeah.
So what happened? Do you know?
Ah, just weather, dude. I was never up for the challenge. Yeah, no, I wasn't. Everyone had those rumors going. I don't know where that list leaked from or whatever, but I don't know. They still haven't called me, but let me tell you, I'm ready for that phone call anytime, baby. I'm ready to run this shit up, dog.
Well, let me tell you something. I know I'm not your biggest fan right now, but it's a bunch of bullshit that they didn't come calling to you. And let me tell you something. I think they are so afraid of people like you who are going to come in, who are going to win every
Take that
competition,
shit
who
over.
are going to flip
Breeze
the
through.
tables over. You're not going to care about all this extra party nonsense that the show
No,
is now becoming. You would be strictly business and you would dominate on the show. I mean, who would want
hell
to
yeah.
go into an eliminator with you? Certainly not me.
Nah, I'm fucking so locked in, dude. Those eliminators are crazy, and like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like 30 pounds stronger than I was when I got off Big Brother too, because I finally realized like, dude, I've always had this like model body, and I need, I can't, dude. I look like the same that I looked like when I was 15. Let me get fucking huge, and
Yeah. I mean,
My guy's eating a lot of protein right now,
he's
right?
climbing up the
stop.
Empire State Building. I mean, he was ready to go.
Oh yeah, yeah, that thing was sick, dude. And apparently like it's all like elite athletes, then like big time marathon runners and people that do that thing. And I got like a very good score for someone that didn't train and got there very like hungover and
So what you're saying is you're an elite athlete.
well with that, yeah, with that running thing, dude, for sure. I want to go back and like because I only went up with like the like last crew and I was stuck in the back of the line. So for the first like 20 stories, it's like, excuse me, let me get back. Excuse me. So like I would like to. I wouldn't say I would probably be like the lowest end of an elite athlete, but I would love to run with those people because just running with the best of the best that pushes me more, and it also like makes it more open with the room and stuff. I think I could shave off a couple minutes off of my like 17 minutes to get up there. Definitely threw up when I got to the top.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. I was
that's all
down.
right. That's all right.
well,
I was
we
down.
haven't spoken to you formally since you were on The Amazing Race, but obviously you would have
Oh, so
crushed the
true.
Empire State Building scaling competition. You and Eric, no problem. Because
Not a
you
problem.
had that one where you were
I'm
hanging over the
so
building
jealous of
when you
that.
had the willies, and that was so easy for you.
Oh, honey. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get the willies. Yeah, no, it was I was so jealous of that. Like that was just like, bro, like that's crazy.
And it had to be brutal to have to go back and go to Yankee Stadium for the
Yeah.
finale.
No,
Oh,
it's horrible. The first thing Eric and I did when we walked down the field was just go
but
sit right on the fucking grass, dude. And then they're like, oh, you can't go this way. Like we had to like avoid a certain spot going from like second to third or whatever. And Eric and I are just like, we just like walk by like this, and we're just like,
Yeah,
rub
I
our foot on the
bet.
dirt. Yeah, take that, losers. No. It was sick.
I
And then Jack snuck his phone out there. Jack, Chelsea's dad. Like, we're going to walk back in. And Jack just goes, he's like, yo, Eric, quick, take this picture of me. And he's got the sickest picture.
Jack was hysterical.
Jack has the
He
sickest
was.
picture on Yankee Stadium, dude.
I mean, you were all funny. I wish, all like I said, all kidding aside, I wish you guys had the opportunity at the very end there to kind of be able to run into there because you guys were robbed on the show. I know it. Nick knows it. We all
Yeah,
know. We told you this
They
once
all
before.
ganged up on the top dogs.
Yep. Yep. But I
And I
mean,
thought it was such poor sportsmanship. If you watched it after you didn't see it in real time, how they were
oh,
so
yeah.
celebratory.
Yeah, but like, I mean, at the beginning, like, Eric and I were like, oh, dude, like, fuck. I don't know why, but like, that could have hurt seeing him do that. And then, after a bit, we were like, nah, dude, that's just like, look at how relieved they all knew. Like, we just have to like change our mindset and be like, dude, they all knew that if we were still in there, we had a likely chance of taking it. So it's kind of we took it as like a badge of honor, and originally when we were U-turn, Eric and I are like, bring it the fuck on, dude. We don't care. We're not gonna like cry and bitch and moan about it. It is a badge of honor. And yeah, I mean, there's just so many variables that go into it. So there's no saying this or that, but just give us another chance, baby. Don't run that shit back right now. It was so much fun.
All right. Well, I mean, so Joe, obviously, Tucker, Big Brother legend, Amazing Race. So what's next? When's Survivor? When do you start training for that?
Hey, I'm always training, but I don't know what I'm training for. But I mean, we'll see. I've been getting called from other networks and shows,
Hmm.
and I'm still in contract with CBS, so we'll let them figure that out. But I mean, I have fun doing these shows. I don't know if you guys can tell, so
Oh,
I'm super down to run these back. Uh, I
I can't
still,
wait. I can't wait till you're on Top Chef.
hey,
That's a good one.
I'm super down. I could crush that too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, little insight. When we did the after party for the Amazing Race party,
Yeah.
Tucker whipped up some amazing dumplings right on the spot
Oh yeah,
with some of the spices that when he went to
yeah,
Europe had some of those Turkish spices, kind of infused
yeah.
them, gave the dumplings a little bit of a unique flavor. To anybody out there on the Food Network or anybody else who's looking for any competition for a cooking
I'll
style
step it
show,
up.
go get my guy Tucker. He was
Heck yeah.
unbelievable. And this is
Thank
someone. Listen,
you.
my father knows. My father grew up in Chinatown, so we know We know good Chinese food when we see it. But the way that you made those dumplings was out of this world. I hope you
Thank
get the
you.
opportunity to do so.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, no, I love chefing it up, dude. And I was raised Italian, and I was kind of like the baker in the family growing up. My brothers would be more like my dad's sous chef, and then it kind of balanced out. Just younger brother do the fucking pastries. And I loved it. I loved it, and that kind of goes hand in hand with like the protein bar stuff I do because it's super scientific and like it's a way more baking than it is like cooking. But I kind of just started off after observing for so long, and just everything was always like the kitchen sink, just whatever was left over, throwing it in and making it work. So you kind of learn how to put together strange flavors, but that still hit, you know. It was out of like using scraps and then being starving. So we made it work.
Yeah. So Joe, what do you think is the next show Tucker will appear on?
Yeah, what do you guys think's coming at the board? Let's go.
That's a great question,
I think
actually.
I think it's pretty obvious due to your contractual obligations. You're going to be back on Big Brother.
I
That's
was gonna
that's
say
what they're
Big Brother,
holding you for.
the next Big Brother All-Star season.
Yeah.
If it comes sooner than later,
This
but you
summer,
have the
Tucker is
opportunity
going to
to be,
be
yeah.
back on Big Brother, and hopefully, when he comes out of the house, he gives us more than 10 minutes of an interview.
Yeah,
Uh,
hey, that all depends on if Joe shows up on time.
oh, that's very true. We got like
Oh,
one
Get that
minute if
right,
Joe's
bud.
late.
I'll tell you something. We've been going like 15 minutes, almost 20 minutes at the moment. I mean, we're pretty good right now.
Yeah,
Getting a
we're
lot
killing
of
it.
stuff in. We're
I will
killing it.
say, I think, and Tucker, speak to this. We're pretty humble here, but I know we really caught your attention in that first interview because you liked our style. We were talking about
Yeah.
your background, your career, and we had 10 minutes. That's all CBS gave us. But talk a little bit about why, and you did this for us in Orlando. We interviewed you, but
Yeah, yeah.
why do you enjoy our interview style, and what do you think makes You Know I'm Right such a special show as we are now at
Oh,
40
it's a
episodes?
great question and one that I think is very easy for me to answer. I'm right. You guys are great because one, it's like it's very conversational. It's like I'm just hanging out with friends or like, fans, but not fans that are like nervous and don't know what to ask and stuff. And plus, you guys do your research and you don't ask, you get all like the proper questions to get all the correct info and whatever, but you ask very fun, unique questions, or you get very fun, unique answers out of me, I feel, and others. So I don't know how others feel about it, but I really enjoy you guys. I think like you create a fun, nice environment. It's professional, but it's more like hanging out with the boys talking about our professions versus like being super proper and stuff, which there's room for all those things, but it's just great, dude. So you're just hanging out with the boys.
Appreciate it. You're a big
Yeah,
part of those 400 episodes, and we thank you for your friendship over the years now as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Thank you guys right back.
And Tucker,
And Joe, we're going to Fenway this year,
how's it
maybe.
going with Joe and Tucker at Fenway? I like it. All
Yeah.
right,
No, let's do it. Let's
make
make it
it
happen.
happen.
Actually, so I'm in a couple weeks. I'm going to Boston for a bachelor party weekend. Obviously,
Nice.
you're out there, but hopefully, maybe we could do it later in the year. I got
Yeah.
to double check
Yeah.
the schedule.
Joe, you
Yeah.
should have been out in Beverly Hills with Tucker right now.
I know I should be. I should be out there to begin with.
I'm birds are chirping. It's a lovely
Look
day.
Ooh,
at
So
that.
come
It's
birds
actually
outside.
honestly the last 2 days or so. It's been really nice in New York. We
It's
finally
nice.
we
Yeah,
broke
nice.
all the away from all the cold. It's like the first heat wave we had.
Hell yeah. You think it's gonna stick now? We're not gonna
I think
No,
drop
so.
back
I
to
think
like
we're
the
going
Yeah, I
back
think
to the 50s next week
Yeah,
in
but
the
as long
time of
as
the
long as
after
at
party.
night it's not like that mid 30s, dude. I
Oof.
did
It
I
was
did
yeah,
this was
stay
the
above.
worst winter we've had in New York in
a
like
long
15,
Oh,
time.
15
Yeah.
years.
yeah, dude. I needed to get like above 40 so I can start bringing my plants out now. It's
There you go. Now,
nice
did
and
you
covered.
did you and Eric take your trips yet that you won from the Amazing Race?
No, no. Where actually, because he was just in Barcelona with his friends and stuff. Once he got back from that, we were gonna be like, all right, we got to start planning our trip. I did. I
Easy.
spent like a weekend just looking at the different things in Egypt and stuff, and it's sweet, we have, I don't know if you guys know how it works. Like you get like the trip credit, and it's not like you get that exact trip,
You gotta
but
book it.
you get all the stuff. So if you want to do that and book that exact trip, cool. And we're like, yeah, we want to do that exact trip. I mean, Egypt's been like the top of my list forever. I'm always been super into like their history and obviously like the pyramids of Giza I've always been drawn to since I was little. And the new museum just opened up there. It's like the best museum in the world and the biggest one out there. So it's all great. But now it's like, it's might not be the safest time. So Eric and I are trying to weigh things out. Uh because like yeah, I think you have like a year, maybe a year and a half until like you got to use up your points, obviously. So Where it's in the works, guys. I'll keep you posted. Thanks for the reminder. I'm gonna
Tucker Two Hands will be
Eric right
posted.
now.
Could be posted from the
Tucker Two
Pyramids
Hands. I
again.
love that. Oh
Yeah, you're
boy.
like, ew. Yeah, and then the second I got that, then that one got reported. I was like, dude, I can't think of another name, bro. Tucker Two Hands was my shit, bro.
Well,
Like,
at
and it
least
just
you're on X. You're tweeting
popped
away.
up like that. Yeah, so no, I feel like I'll be back soon. And yeah, Joe, I told Nick before I had to like fucking pay this guy to try to get my shit back. Apparently, that's like where it goes. That's like just how it works. I've talked to people that have like had
Who
a lot of
I was
followers, and
gonna say that this sounds like organized crime crap.
yeah.
Listen, you know who would have known a guy for you, Tucker? You should have talked to Enzo.
Oh yeah, no, this is true, but and so might cause more people like the person who was reporting my account and banning me and trying to hack me. He might cause more of that, but I fucking love Enzo.
Enzo is hysterical.
Enzo, you man, I miss you, dude. Let's run back Amazing Race All Stars. I don't know if they'll invite you back, but like send them a note.
You know what we got to do? We'll call up Omar from
Oh yeah.
Celebrity Weekend, and we'll get a little watch party going and
Hey.
for Big Brother. Get
Hmm.
Enzo and Tucker out there. It'll be quite the
Great
night.
idea.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely,
Enzo and I would have a great time. I love that dude. He's hilarious, man.
definitely thinking about doing that. Let me ask you another dude having a great time. Eric, how's your brother? You know, he
That's
said he
my
was in
boy.
Barcelona. How's he been doing these last couple of months?
Yeah, no, Eric's been great. I mean, his work is going well, and then aside from that, personal life is good. He just went to one of his friends' weddings. First of all, Eric's got like a friend of groups or a group of friends that they're so tight. I'm like jealous of their friend group because it'll be like 20 of them going on a trip
Wow.
somewhere, dude. Yeah, or like, you know, this is like the third or fourth wedding of him and his friends that it's like in another country, and there's just like it's like all of them, and so he's doing well. He's enjoying his life. I know he loves the summer, so like he's definitely gonna be getting amped for this summer. And yeah, our family's got a cabin up in Maine that we got last year, so this would be like the first real full summer spending time up there and riding ATVs and
Nice.
clearing falling down trees and stuff. We love doing that outdoor manly
That's
shit,
fun.
bro.
I love it.
And
That
I
New
get
England
super in
outdoor stuff.
character. Yeah, I'm like going wearing the whole fits and stuff, dude. And I'll be like, well, we got ourselves another tree right here to clear out. Just do stupid shit like that. So it's great, dude. It's great. I love it. I also got my other gold tooth because I know I was talking about it in Big Brother. So now I'm back. We loaded up.
Oh wow, look at that. I was gonna
Gang,
say,
gang.
Nick, you're gonna have to try to, I guess, zoom in on that as best you can, but we saw it. Damn, look at that. That's good. That'll work.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, Tucker, this has been a blast. Joe, you got anything else here?
Oh, Tucker, I was gonna ask you before about the pyramids.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theorists out there say the aliens built the pyramids. What do you
Run it
think?
up. Run it up. I think we have no fucking idea, but everyone that thinks that they know, just makes you question more. It's good to question stuff. We don't have any definitive fucking proof, but pretty mind-boggling. And the craziest thing about it is it's like extreme precision with like numerology and stuff. There's a bunch of fun things with like the placement of them and
Yes, that's right.
how it like represents like I don't know how far away we are from the stars or like the size of
That's
the earth
right.
or something. It's something crazy like that, but I love it.
Just
I'm here
perfect.
for all conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect
I'm
mathematical stuff. Have you ever looked at a circuit board from the top? Looks like the pyramids.
oh shit, dude. Hold
Just a little something to get you going after we finish this.
on. I'm ready.
And one more thing, Tucker.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely dominated the Rubik's Cube
Hell yeah.
on the Amazing Race. Nobody else
Okay.
even attempted it.
Yeah, that shit was great. That was great. Yeah, my brother and I never did any Rubik's Cube, man. I mean, we just locked in.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah,
gonna do it
yeah.
here for you with you, Tucker. Anything else you want to share? Obviously, want everybody to go check out your
Oh,
documentary.
Yeah, no, the documentary, I'll be posting and sharing stuff out, but we gotta get.
Check out Tucker's Twitter so you could see the updates on the
Yeah, I was
documentary.
gonna say share or promote stuff, but we don't know. We don't know
Yeah,
what
we
you
don't
if it's
know.
gonna get deleted or hacked into or anything.
Here's the
So
last
the
thing.
best way to follow you is just to follow you.
Yeah. Look at I brought my little man out here too. Oh, you cute little boy, buddy. Ziggy says hi to everyone too. Little handsome man. Look at his face.
Yeah, he's way more handsome than you.
I know. Right back at you, dude. Buddy. All right, guys.
All
Well, this
right,
is a pleasure as always.
That's right.
I guess just
Tucker, thanks for joining us. Episode 400. Wouldn't have been 400 without you.
locked it in, baby. Let's go. Heck yeah.
And joining us now, Joe. Only a one-time guest, but he made a huge impact for us, of course, getting the name out there. Had the chance to hang out with him, not only in Staten Island, our hometown, but down in Orlando back in December. So, Joe, let everybody know who we have with us at this time on this episode.
We welcome back to the show Paulie Calafiore. Paulie, thank you for joining us. Again, we appreciate you. What's up, man? How you been?
I've been good, boys. How you guys been? You know, the Staten Island boys.
That's right.
I
Yes.
miss you guys. It's been too long. December? Are we kidding
I was
here?
gonna
It's
say
going
you
5 months here.
you came on short notice because you had something else to do. You were recording, and we were able to grab a quick bite to eat. Thank you for hanging around. Town
January
Deli,
on
yeah, it
Staten
was in
Island.
January. Yeah, it was
Shout out to Town Deli, former
Town
guest of the
Deli. Love Town
podcast.
Deli.
Oh, that place was amazing. That Bro Bowl was something. I don't know if that's, they were like, yeah, this is a health conscious option for food and everything. I was like, this is a 2,000 calorie burrito bowl here.
Big time stuff. Just like us being 400 episodes. So, Paulie, what are your thoughts? And you talked to us off camera, but we did appreciate your kind words that you did like our interview style. We got to peel back the curtain more on your life, not instead of just the typical, let's talk reality TV stuff.
Yeah. I mean, listen, guys, 400 episodes in, that's a big accomplishment. That's consistency right there at its finest. And we've always talked about it. It's like so many people are like, I'm going to start a podcast. And then they just kind of quit, not even 50 episodes in, right? You guys are coming in 6 years hot, 400 episodes in. That just shows that old school tri-state area grit and commitment that you just don't see anymore. You don't see it in anything anymore. And like these people, they think it's easy to run a podcast. It's not. It's hard. And the interview style is one of my favorites because you guys are very authentic with it. You guys are just shooting from the hip, which is a great style to do. And also you care about the people that are coming on the show. You're doing your research. You're asking questions that aren't just the questions that we get on every single podcast we do, which is like, which was your favorite season? Who do you hate? Who do you like? Who plays the game like this? What about this statement? What about we see on social media that you guys are like, hey, tell us a little bit about who you are. Where do you come from? What made you who you are today? And I think that really connects with people. And that's why you guys have had the success that you've had in terms of 400 episodes and the wide variety of people that you've had on here, from reality stars to professional athletes to everything in between. So props to you guys. And now we got new merch. I like the hats.
Gotta get you a hat.
I was gonna say we should just cut that. I mean, that is great promotional material. I couldn't have said it any better. Usually, I'm the one who has to shut up. But
What do we,
Paulie,
Joe? I think we get Paulie a hat. He'll post one of his thirst traps on social media.
those thirst traps are really, really good.
Yeah. You guys get me a banana hammock with, I'm right. Things about to get wild.
All right, let's not get carried away here. But in talking about the podcast game, we've been doing it for a while. Again, we love the kind words because Nick is the one who puts together most of what we do in terms of rundown stuff. I help out along the way. Obviously, I'm a help when it comes to just recruiting people. We have had a wide range of guests on with us, and including yourself, somebody who comes from a reality TV competition style background. But in terms of the podcast game, you got your own podcast going yourself now, Paulie. Talk about the Paulie and Devin show.
Yeah, I got a couple. I was like, let me kind of get things going here. So I actually have one that's called Hot Takes, and I'm just kind of releasing things secretly I'm testing the algorithm out on how many shorts per day, how many episodes per week, what's kind of that winning formula to get YouTube to pay attention to your show and start to push it. The Paulie and Dev show just kind of came to be. Him and I have done boxing events together. We have very good charismatic energy when it comes to that. And we were just like, you know what? If there's a time to start a show, it's right now. Survivor 50 was going on. House of Villains is going on. We have friends who are doing it, but ultimately we want to get into that sports realm where you guys essentially started and then went the reality TV route and, and start in terms of bringing people on. So we got the World Cup coming up this summer. Dev's a big football guy, big basketball guy. I could care less about any of those sports, but I think that would be a funny dynamic where it's like I'm the soccer guy. He could care less about soccer. We're just covering the World Cup. And then when it comes to the NFL, he's the football guy, and I really could care less about the NFL. And I think it would be a good dynamic. And we're gonna start tying in a couple other things. We'll see if we want to cover other reality shows, but for right now, we just wanted to get it off the ground, and we saw an opportunity to cover Survivor and House of Villains, which neither of us come from that world. And I haven't watched Survivor since back in the old school days. Devin's never watched Survivor. So I was like, this would be funny to kind of get our takes on this because we really got no skin in the game here. And we could kind of give what we think without our friends hitting us up being like, hey, you said something mean about us. And I kind of like it. So it's good. It's hard. So I will give credit to anybody that has a podcast and a YouTube channel because I'm the one that handles the back end stuff, and it's a lot of work and it's tough going from recording, getting that edit out there, coming up with the clips and just loading it. So right now I'm just kind of in a factory mode where it's like, record, edit, splice up the clips, post. And now I'm hoping to get a little bit of more free time where I could be a little bit more creative with the clips, be a little bit more creative with the captions. So no merch yet. So we're not there yet, but one day we want to have some merch like the I'm Right podcast because that's where it's at.
Oh yeah, that's where the money's at, the merch. So it's a lot of work to podcast, but good luck with that. Everyone go check out your show on YouTube and Spotify for now, and of course your social media platforms. But you mentioned House of Villains. I think you or Devin would both be an excellent choice for a future season on that show as a cast member. What do you think?
I mean, I think it would be great. I've looked at the format the last 3 seasons. It kind of seems like it's a watered down Big Brother version of a game show style. So in a house, there's a HOH, there's a veto, all in one, but it's kind of based off of who does the more shisty things, and I'm definitely a shisty guy when it comes to those things. So I think I'd be in the running for a super villain.
The problem is, Paulie, with this show is that the person who is the best and is controlling the game never wins because people don't understand the concept of voting at the end. We talked to Johnny Fairplay about this recently because he was on the first season. Like they were supposed to fly me out here to explain to the rules, and then it got all messed up. But like your challenge mates, Johnny and Wes, they were by far controlled season 1 and 2, and they don't win because and that's the problem because you'd be controlling the game. You'd easily win the competitions, and with great power comes a lot of fingers being pointed your way.
I know. Look at what happened to Tyson this season. Tyson was the most exciting thing to watch, and I think he played into the villain role perfect. And Tyson's kryptonite is he has Paul on this season, and Paul is running the same playbook that he did on both of his Big Brother seasons. He aligned with him to start out to keep him safe, and then shifted to the weaker players to be like, hey, we got to get out the stronger players, but not me. I'm not a strong player. And then all it took was for Kate to be in power 2 weeks in a row, and boom, we lost Sandy and we lost Tyson. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to get it. I don't know if Paul's going to have another situation where he makes it to the end 3 shows in a row and doesn't get the vote. But I kind of feel like I would have a good speech in order to get the votes in my favor, with it. But I would definitely make it entertaining. And, Zach said something when I did his podcast recently where he was like, I feel like it's a no-brainer for you to be on House of Villains because you ultimately had Johnny Bananas crying when you were on the challenge, and was on House of Villains,
Yeah.
and he's considered one of the biggest villains, and you kind of out-villained one of the biggest villains there ever was. And I was like, that is something to add to my resume.
Well, I think it should happen, but something's going on right now. I don't know if you're being blackballed, blacklisted. We'll have to address the elephant in the room here with the challenge. You're ready to go. You got the haircut. You're looking fierce. And I don't know. I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened yet, or not really?
I still don't know what happened. I still don't know what happened, guys. And it's tough. I can't really speak on it too in depth, but I was a little shocked at this one. Right, the hair, I was looking fierce. My body was the best that it's been in a long time. I was coming in with a chip on my shoulder, ready to undo the last two performances. I kind of feel like there's been enough in between since season 40 with an all-star season 41. Everybody was sitting there being like, why are these old guys still being cast? Let's get some fresh blood in there. And yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see how this season plays out. I think there's a rhyme and a reason for everything. So maybe it wasn't in the cards for this season, but it's in the cards for future seasons, because the challenge needs a little bit of juice, needs a little bit of an electrifying thing getting jolted into it. And I kind of feel like everybody, other than the wine moms that are 45 and older, they're looking for this, right? Obviously, there's people that are like, no, we won't watch. And like, yes, you will. You'll still watch, even if the old guys aren't there. And you'll like it, because you guys you're like the Karens of the internet. You just like to complain just because nobody listens to you in your real life. So you feel like if you complain on the internet, people are going to like get what you want, and you feel like you're getting your way. But maybe there's a time for everything. Maybe the old guys are finally going to pass the torch after this season, but we'll see. We'll see.
And I can't wait to see this on Reddit. This will pop up on Reddit soon. Another
Yeah,
thread.
we're gonna go viral for this. I think it's total bullshit, and the reason why it's bullshit is because we're very close with Tucker too, right? Tucker Des Lauriers. So it seems as if, right? And we know you personally, and I've had the opportunity the last couple of months here on more than one occasion to just have a one-on-one with you, pick your brain, and I think the types of concepts and ideas that you have regarding how you appear on whether it's the challenge or reality TV in general, and the ideas that you have are very fresh, right? Again, it's one thing to feel the way that you do. It's one thing for production and the big shots who make the final decisions regarding the show. It's one thing to have the opinions that they do here. But in terms of having, again, pure competition beast style players who are willing to just go in there and guns blazing and kind of tune everything else out, all the extra manufactured type of drama that they want with the show. I mean, how do you think you would fare on a season of the challenge where it was guys like you and guys like Tucker and comp beasts from all these recent, survivors and the big brothers of the world all going in at the same time? Do you think that would be the fresh kick in the ass that the show needs?
I think it is the fresh kick in the ass that the show needs. See, I don't like the propaganda that the old players have given. And Boston Rob did a great interview where they were like, why did you not go on season 15? He's like, I had my time. I want to see the fresh faces revive the show, because that's going to carry the torch forward and get people excited about it. In season 50 right now, people are excited about it. People are loving it. And I don't think if you take all of these old people that have been spinning the propaganda for the last 6 years, and they still keep trying to spin this propaganda, you take these people, put them in their 20s and 30s, they would have a different outlook on this. I mean, I see clips of Bananas all the time back in the day calling people out, being like, you're just not good enough. You're not a good enough competitor. But now all of a sudden the propaganda is like, well, it's not a sports show, it's an entertaining show. And it's like, no, the entertaining moments came from these guys being good competitors, going at each other's necks for money, back when they had no money because their appearance fee was nothing. Now they're sitting on these cushy appearance fees. They're eating good. They're not hungry anymore. They're not hungry to do what they need to do in order to do it. And there's a lot of Era 3 and Era 4 people that are hungry, that'll go in and give what's needed. I'm tired of seeing the new people come in and be like, well, we have to kiss the rings. We have to pretend like we're fanboys and fangirls, because please let us get recast again as long as we're kissing ass. And that's not what it was about ever. It was never about this. And you look at the people who are the biggest names on the show, they just happen to be the best competitors from the show. And if you would have interviewed them in their 20s and 30s and been like, is this a sport? They would say yes. And they would say competition breeds this messiness that goes on. Now, they still partied and they still had fun. But there's a reason why that first era of the challenge got faded out to what we call the golden years of the challenge, which was when the Wesses came in, the Kennys, the Bananas, all these people came in and they were very cutthroat competitors and they elevated the game to the point where it was called the fifth sport. And the people from era one who still lasted during those times were like the Derricks, the CTs, the guys that still had it within them to bring that animal out. And now I don't think any of them still have it. And I think the fans are kind of tired of seeing it go from being this authentic cutthroat competition show where naturally people lose their minds on each other to this kind of like almost like a Big Brother edited show. It's not Big Brother.
The thing is, just look at the cast of this season. You have Jeremy, who just won last season. He's not on the show. So obviously winning doesn't give you anything. Mayhem.
Which winning was usually like a
guaranteed back, right. And then you had season 39 winner, not that he was good TV, Emmanuel, he wasn't invited back. Fessy never won, but obviously he's one of the better physical people. So it's no longer about the competitors. It's about the stories that they want to tell, I guess.
Well, yeah, but what stories are they telling at this point? I mean, let's just look at it, right?
Regurgitated stories.
Regurgitated stories. I'm tired of seeing the CT Pro tips. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And it's like, you look at talent that has kind of been thrown away to the wayside, right? Josh absolutely killing it on Celebrity Big Brother. He was edited like he was some kind of joke, right? So they never focused on how good his social game was. Maybe from a competition standpoint, he's a joke, but his social game was really good. And he's showing that his social game is great on Celebrity Big Brother. Fessy, always been a dominant person. They edited this guy as if he was some sort of scrub, terrible competitor. And I can't give away what goes on Gladiator, but his name's Mayhem for a reason. And what we're going to see on Gladiator is just how much of an elite person he is. And that could have 100% been used in the challenge world in order to get the type of viewers that the challenge wanted. And I'm tired of the doubling down on 250,000 people rather than going out and trying to get the 800,000 people that'll bring you back up over to 1 million viewers. And that's just it in a nutshell. And Gladiator's reboot is the perfect example of this. And the way that they're marketing it is great. It's like, it's the same old school American Gladiator feel. The competitions you love, the games you love, only brand new faces. They're not going back to the old Gladiators and being like, hey, come back for nostalgia and compete against these brand new contenders who are half your age.
Yeah. Well, here's all you need to know about the state of the challenge right now. If Paramount can cancel Jersey Shore, what does that tell you about any other show, right? So that's it. But moving on to another show real quick, and then we got to let you go. Your buddy Marciano, he's always in the news. This guy has never once appeared on The Mormons, and yet he was the biggest thing on the show until, Taylor Frankie Paul had to go crazy as the Bachelorette. What do you think?
Oh my God. I mean, listen, Marciano is a good old Italian boy, so he's my guy. You know what I'm saying? He could do no wrong. Marciano, he's a good old Italian boy. He could do no wrong in my eyes, all right? It's those Mormons that we got to watch out for.
Right? They're trouble.
Yeah. Trouble. Leave the Italian boy out of this. He didn't even know what he was getting himself into, all right? We got Frankie Taylor Paul throwing steel chairs at her husband in front of her kid. Apparently now she's with Stefan Diggs, so we'll see how that plays
really?
out.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
the WWE needs to book Taylor Frankie Paul for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, I think the WWE should book Frankie Taylor Paul just to have her get slammed by a diva. I think everybody would go nuts. But Marciano's living his best cougar hunting life right now. If we're being honest, I mean, what kind of young Italian guy isn't going to go hunting cougars, especially when they're allowed to have multiple wives, multiple husbands there. He may slip himself into a couple other places that, he may not expect to see himself, but
Oh boy.
I'm liking it. I like everything that he's got going on. Props to Marciano.
Yeah.
That's the
You
boy
gotta
right
get
there.
Marciano on traders now, just purely based off of
Marciano and his Gumadas, one by one.
Oh man, I think Marciano on traders would probably have the same effect that Sandoval on traders would be. It would just be like having no clue what's going on, and his authentic reactions would just be TV gold.
Perfect. Now, last thing here. I know you've been out of the MC DJing game for a while, but I'm curious if our buddy Joe here ever got married, would you come back for one night only to MC, or at least introduce Joe and his missus?
Oh, if Joey Calabrese got married, I'm coming back full force. The old MC days are coming in.
You're
I'm
booked.
showing
That's
everybody
it.
how it's done from start to finish. A lot of these MC nowadays, they use their phones, they use their papers. That's not it. I'm memorizing every freaking name. All right, that intro to everybody walking in, the groomsmen, and the bridesmaids leading up to Joey. It's all memorized in the dome. All right, and it's coming out. And I might be making a comeback in the DJ MC world. We'll see. We'll see.
Got to stay ears open about that. But let me tell you something. The tri-state Italian boys, we will stick together, put it in writing. I will sign the contract here. I think that is a
You know what
brilliant
they
idea.
say, the olive oil is thicker than blood around here.
Yeah,
So.
that's it. We don't even need contracts. We go from handshakes. That's it.
right.
We're old school paisans.
That's right. That's right. Well, Paulie, we thank you for your time. Hungry dog. We got to find more hungry dogs like you out there that are willing to push and shock the system a little bit. But you know how this works here for episode 400. We are going to give you the last word. So take it away, pal. We appreciate you. We love you.
All right. Hey, everybody, listen, keep supporting our boys here, Nick and Joey. They got something good going on here. Listen to I'm right. And if I had to give you guys anything for this, is I'm right when I'm telling you about this podcast. Okay? 400 episodes in, 400 more to come. Listen to them. They got a good thing going, and you will not regret it.
Excellent last words there from Paulie. I know Joe and I both appreciate you as a guest, as a friend, and thank you for joining us. And everybody go support Paulie with everything he's got going on. Thanks, Paulie.
All right, boys. Thank you.
All right, Joe, it's the bottom of the ninth here on this episode 400 of You Know I'm Right. So we got to bring in the closer. Couldn't have episode 400 without him, right, Joe?
He is for purposes of our 400th episode, he's our Mariano Rivera. As you know, nobody knows closers better than the Yankees fans over here. We are so very happy to have him on. I think he was a little late today, but we'll accept his apology. We love him, and he is now making,
That's rich.
if I am correct, his sixth appearance on the You Know I'm Right podcast. 6 appearances. He is our all-time appearances leader. He is an incredibly swell guy. We love him so much. We welcome back Adnan Virk to the show. Adnan, what else can we say besides we love you, and we're very, very happy to have you on for our 400th episode.
Love you guys too. Appreciate Joe and Fred. This is an incredible accomplishment. The fact you guys get to 400 episodes, but I can't believe Joe chirped me for being a little bit late. Joe, the amount of times that you have been late for your own podcast and you're calling me up, this is unbelievable. You don't think that I did this on purpose? This was all planned by me.
Payback.
Because Fred has told me how many times you've been late. So, okay, you know what? I'll get Joe back. I was well aware. 11:30. I said I'll pop up 11:52. Make Joe sweat a little bit. So
Well, you had a very, very good reason to. So
I was recording with a podcast. Dean Evison, that's right, head coach, formerly of the Blue Jackets, now looking for a job. Had him on NHL Unscripted. Virk and Demers. Subscribe, rate, review.
How's it been doing NHL Unscripted for 2 seasons now?
Good. It's 75 episodes now. This is now my 3rd podcast. Cinephile was 334. GM Shuffle had to be well over 100. Me and Michael Lombardi did together. And now Unscripted has been 75 with me and JD and Nate Thompson in the mix. So the fact that I've been able to do 3 podcasts is pretty wild. I can't believe you guys are at 400, though. But forget about me. More importantly to you guys. 400 episodes. Dude, that's nuts. I know how passionate you guys are about it. And I thought today's episode, you brought in the heavy hitters. Like, I'm grateful to be here, especially because it's, marking a milestone. But to have Paulie, big brother, Jersey guy, that's what I want to hear.
Well, 400. I mean, how much further can we push this out, man? Should we close up shop soon? What do you think?
Well, I think so. I'll be honest with you. I would get it to 500. And if you get to 500, and unless you're really like, making some bank and making some scratch. And then I would just go, you know what? It's been fun. And you'll continue with other pursuits. Of course, Fred, you're always doing your play-by-play. Joe's a man of a million jobs, a million different ventures. So to me, 500 is a good round number. When I got to Cinephi, it was 334. And Levitar didn't renew me after about, let's say, 316. He goes, listen, I'm not going to be able to renew you. I said, okay. And I said, let me just keep going, and then I'll know when the time is right. And then Rags, our buddy Scott Rogowski, says, no, get to 350, get to 400. I go, why? Like, who cares? Like, it's better in your heart and head to go, no, I'm done. Like, I've had enough. So that last 20 episodes, I wasn't getting paid for it. But I said, let me just get people on who I love, like Joe Buck and Ein Eagle. And we had a lot of fun. It was great chatting with them about sports and movies, this and that. But I go, okay, like it was a lot more fun when I got paid. Now I'm not getting paid. I have lots of other jobs. I'll just stop now. So I think that's the best way to view it. And I think if someone says to you, hey, you know, I'm right, 400 episodes, bro, I don't care if there's 5 people listening or 500 or 5,000 or 5 million. That is an incredible accomplishment. So my advice to you guys is keep it going. I hope you break through it and get to the real big time. I know obviously you built a following, reality stars, etc., athletes, sports people, but I'd say good it to 500. If after 500 you go, you know what? I think it's been fun. That's the time to pack it in.
Yeah, well, we've got done some great things here in the past 12 months. Got another article written on us. Nice photo of me and Colin Jost. And we went down to Florida in December, recorded a bunch of episodes. So we'll see. I know, Adam, you had watched our interview because you're speaking to Ein Eagle with No Eagle. And
Yes.
how'd you feel about Joe asking No Eagle to go to watch a Knicks game with him?
Well, one thing about Joe is he's always going to be aggressive. And that's what I appreciate about Joe. We were at the winter meetings together, and too many people are timid in life. If you
Not
look at
Joe.
if
Not
you look,
me.
if you look at the most successful people in life, and they'll say, well, you know what? I just took a chance. And maybe they're going to say no. Maybe I get shut down, but I had to go for it. Who was the coach recently made the rounds? It asked him about how good a recruiter he is. He goes, well, look at my wife. I'm like, that's the answer to the
Yeah.
question. Unbelievable. Like, what a great line. That guy is like maybe a 6 and his wife's a 10. I go, that is a great line. Like, clearly he was like, well, I outkick my coverage here. I'm going to outkick my coverage when it comes to football talent. So Joe's obviously a handsome man, barrel chested, doesn't lack for good graces. But I think
Always in the right place at the right time.
right, but you got to be great. You can't just be Tim and Affords go. I wasn't sure if they got Calabrese. What was his name again? I don't know. Everyone's like, no, Joe
I
Calabrese.
mean,
Remember him?
there's
He
no
was-
way. There's no way that Jeff Passan forgot who Joe Calabrese is from the
I
winter
don't think.
meetings.
I don't think Pablo.
Let
Torre.
me wait. I gotta ask you a
No,
quick
listen,
question,
you got to see
Adnan.
Jack Curry. I got to see Joe and Axe with Jack Curry. It was fantastic. Everybody else could have dithered, hemmed, and hawed. Jack thankfully knew who I was. He gave me a hi, Adnan. How are you? Hi, Jack. Big fan of your work. Yes, network. And Joe went right. He could have been like, oh, so what do you think of the Yankees this year? Cody Bellinger going to re-sign. He went. He goes, Jack, I got to talk to you. And bam, he went right in.
We gotta get Jack on. We gotta follow
Yeah,
up. My question to you, Adnan, is you remember what I was wearing during the winter meetings? Very
Awful.
specifically.
Yeah. Well, it was.
I was wearing a Cody Rhodes shirt. Who else was in Orlando, Florida, where on the campus or location where Walt Disney is at the winter meetings, walking around wearing a Cody Rhodes jersey? I gotta ask you honestly, yes or no? You think Jeff Passan remembers that? I think he's always gonna remember that.
Probably jarred.
I don't think he's going to remember that. No, not the Cody Rhodes part. He'll remember Joe Calabrese. Yeah, aggressive, Italian, funny.
Yeah.
The Cody Rhodes, no. But I do like your point, which is the overarching theme is don't just wear a black T-shirt. Like, you know what? You got to stand out somehow. So either go bold and dress like you're Cliff Floyd. I'm like, oh my God, who's the guy with the zoot suit on? Like, why? What's with the lavender green suit? I'm like, oh, I remember what that guy was. Or do what you do, which is like, wear something authentic to me. I'm a wrestling guy. I'm proud of that. And nobody else is wearing a Cody Rhodes shirt. So next time, maybe, I don't know, maybe for Eva Marie, we'll wear red. We'll wear red together next time. Something like that.
Eva Marie recording a Netflix show right now, so we'll keep an eye on that. But obviously, Joe was leaving a mark around the winter meetings, and Adnan bought you lunch, Joe. What a great guy.
He did. He did. That sandwich was excellent. Speaking of Cliff Floyd, we had the opportunity to sit at the bar area where we kind of just hung out for a little bit. Had the opportunity to meet Cliff. He was an amazing guy, amazing person. Hopefully, we'll be able to follow up, and hopefully, you'll be able to help us out with that. But I'll tell you something. The experience of it, again, even though a lot of people are walking around, people doing media, and you see, this tent blocked off over here. I see AJ Pierzynski over here. I see the unbelievable Adnan Virk over here. I mean, I think we had a really amazing experience, again, this wouldn't have happened without you two knowing each other. You kind of brought me a Nick with the podcast, and you brought me into this. So I'm always internally grateful for it.
Oh, of course. Listen, I'm always here to help, and you guys are great guys, and we'll be friends forever. And you're right. Nick and I did not work together for very long in the zone, but able to create a lasting friendship. It's amazing to think 7 years later, one of the last vestiges of Change Up, and I hope I'm not breaking news here. Actually, I am. I won't say it, but there's a member of Change Up who's no longer going to be in the New Jersey, New York area at some point. So I'm going to be the last person
Really?
from that crew somehow still outlasting them all. So I'm just told that we all still keep in touch. Fred and I are texting regularly. Me and Rags talk all the time, of course. And I mean, it was amazing what Nick did for me last time. Was it my birthday? And you brought, no, it was to promote the book, but it felt like my birthday because we had everybody on. You had Alfredo Loma Lee on, which I hadn't seen this guy in 7 years.
Yeah.
Alfredo
I mean, have you ever been on a podcast like that where I brought in like seven
Oh,
guests?
are you
for
kidding?
that?
This is the nicest thing ever. I go, are you kidding? This is the guy. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, just promote the book. It's fun. All of a sudden, Steven, now, like, I love Nelly. All of these people, it's like, this is your life. Like, I just looked past. It was like the ghost of Christmas past. All these different people coming back into my life I hadn't seen in years. Loma Lee joining, even Logan Swaim. I mean, if you got Horowitz, I would have been blown away, but it was still an excellent job by you. Very good.
Skipper
producer.
was on the ranch. He didn't have any Wi-Fi, so couldn't get him. But to Joe's point,
Yeah.
Joe knows you through me. However, I haven't seen you in 7 years, and you see Joe every year. So when are you and Joe hanging out
It's
next?
incredible. I mean, the thing is 8.8 million people in New York, and I happen to see Joe on a subway. Like, that was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That's probably the most shocking one. Mandy Rose, okay. Winter meetings, sure. Subway, I got to.
How about Miami? He came to see you in Miami too.
Yeah, it's true. Levitor show was awesome. But the Yankee Stadium one was shocking. I go to 1 or 2 Yankee games a year. Boys want to go see a Yankee game. Joe goes more often than I do. But the odds that I would be taking the subway, normally I drive. I don't even know why that time I was like, let's just take the subway. We'll mix it up a little bit.
We were redirected into.
Yeah.
We caught the subway at 42nd Street. Who knew? Who knew? So speaking of that, we got to go to another Yankees Blue Jays game. Hopefully by the end of the year, you got to call up your guy Aaron Boone. You got to go, listen.
Yeah.
I got these guys. Their podcast. It's on the rise. They know everybody. I want to bring my guy here. We got to go to a Yankees Blue Jays game. Boone, how can we make it happen?
Oh, he can make it happen, but even Adnan has to pay Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone doesn't have any hookups.
That's correct. Booney, the first year, I remember when he got the Yankee job, we were still together at ESPN. I called him. We're talking. We're laughing. I said, we'll be in touch. I'm like, yep. And then the first year, I said, can I get tickets? He's like, yep. And he put them. I had to go to the will call. And then the second year, can I get tickets? He's like, yep. And then the third year, Yankees Blue Jays, he said, hey, let me give you a call. I'm like, sure. And he calls me. He goes, so I got to pay for the tickets. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, yeah. I go, you're the Yankee manager. You don't get free tickets? He's like, no. So there's a friends and family section because these are good seats. It's the first 2 rows of the 200 level, but I got to pay for them. I'm like, okay, well, just let me know how much. I'll get 3 tickets. So I think at the time it was $33. I had to Venmo his lovely wife, Laura Boone, $99 just for 3 Yankee
Not a
tickets.
bad deal.
That's not a bad deal at all.
That's what my wife even mentioned. She was saying, like, those are probably $100 seats. I'm like, yeah, you're still getting it at a severe discount. I go, absolutely. I'll take it all day. So we did that for a few years. And then I had a couple of buddies come down. Again, it was Yankees, Blue Jays, and Booney goes, all right, that's fine. But just no cheering in the press box, so to speak. No Blue Jays. Go, well, I can't vouch for my friends. They're going to be wearing Blue Jays stuff, whatever. They sit next to Luis Severino's uncle. What are you going to do? And then last year, Booney actually got them for free because I asked him, I go, I need 3 or 4, whatever it was. And he's like, all right, I got you. I'm like, I can Venmo you. He's like, I got this one.
Wow.
So I think generally we got a Venmo, but once in a while he comes through. I've lost one of my main hookups, so now Alex Cora, Red Sox.
Oof. He didn't even want the Phillies job. Oof.
Max Wildstein, great researcher at MLB Network. He comes to my office Saturday at 7 p.m. because I got bad news for you. I go, what's up? He goes, your buddy got fired. I go, who? He goes, Alex Cora. I'm like, what? And I know having been fired, you got to reach out right away. So I texted Alex immediately. I go, hey, buddy, just heard the news. Awful to hear. Hope you're okay. He goes, I'm in a great place. I said, great, I'll call you tomorrow.
Wow.
I have to go on here now and mention the guys got fired.
Yeah, you did the breaking news. You were there. Yeah,
right. No, literally Mike Wallen walked in, goes, we need you on set right now. I go, okay, well, I just texted my friend. I have to go announce the news that he's out of a job. Talked to Jared Carrabis a couple hours later, big inning. Next day I called AC, and he's like, bro, I'm in a great place. I go, well, what were these morons thinking? Like, how could they fire you? He's like, they just think the team is better than what it should be. I go, well, clearly it isn't. There's no power on this team. I remember telling him in the offseason, I go, you're at least a bat short. He's about 4 bats short. All these guys, Wilson Contreras hit home runs. Roman Anthony missed a few games. He's struggled. Marcel Meyer's been disappointing. Christian Campbell can't even play at the major league level. They gave him $60 million. Crochet has an ERA of 6.3. Yeah. Ranger Suarez is either great or average.
Right. No in the middle with him.
Yeah. So I said, I don't know how you blame AC, but, and then to Fred's point, I said, you're going to get that Phillies job in a couple of weeks. He goes, more like 2 days. So I said, how's that going to go? He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I'm getting paid this year and next year. I
Yeah.
don't want to go home, see the kids.
I think the best job in sports has got to be a fired coach because you get to sit home and still get your money.
100%. Twin 7-year-old boys. One of his boys really big into baseball. One of his boys big into soccer. He's still tight with FSG because, of course, they own Liverpool, Fenway Sports Group. So he said he joked to like John Henry on the way out, like, "Hey, Liverpool game." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever you need, Alex." So I'm like, he's
Yeah.
going to watch some Liverpool games. He's
How
gonna
how long till he's with you in Secaucus?
I didn't mention that to him. This was our first
Guest
conversation.
spot,
But
guest
you're right. If
analyst.
he wants to do TV, he's more than welcome. We talked for 10 minutes, and then, like a good son, he said, "My mom's calling. I got to go." I said, "No problem." But I'll give him a call in a couple weeks, see how he's doing. But I texted about the Phillies job, and he said, "Yeah, man, I got to get home. I got to see the family." So I think he's going to enjoy the summer. He could probably do TV for us in like November, December, or not November. I should say October. Like right around
Playoffs.
playoffs. Yeah, playoff run. Like enjoy the summer with the kids.
Be amazing. You and your buddy doing TV, that'd be great. Let me ask you very quickly. Mentioning family, you briefly mentioned before your wife. We don't really push the family issue here with you so much, but I gotta ask you, how's your wife? She must be great. She married you.
Yeah.
Can't see how she wouldn't be.
She's
But
a
how
saint. She lets Adnan go to Canada every weekend.
It's a great point. That was what one of our, again, the aforementioned Mike Wallen pointed out, because you must be thrilled Amazon's done. I said, yeah, every Sunday night I'm going to Winnipeg, doing a game, flying back first thing Tuesday morning. Now, again, she appreciates the fact I'm not dithering. Like I'm not kidding. I take the last possible flight to Winnipeg. They go, how about the second last flight? In case it's like, no, I want the
Yeah.
last
Michael
possible.
Cole wouldn't like that too much.
Yeah, they'd be like, we need you there. I'm like, no, I'll take the last possible flight. I promise I'll be there. If it's Toronto, I might go an earlier flight, obviously go see my parents. But she's good, Joe. She, since I work evenings and nights, we spend time together during the day. So the reason I couldn't have joined you earlier is she go to the same gym, but she actually likes to a different gym now, Crunch Fitness, because she likes the classes that are better. So being a dutiful husband, I said, okay, let's try this class together. Now I thought it'd be exciting because you're going to love the music. I said, okay. And she didn't really tip me off. So we did a class yesterday. It was really good. It was like a hit class, right? So you go 10 different stations. And it was good. You throw a tire around, you do some stuff together. It's all good, right? Nice and quick. Ropes, etc. So today's the music's great. And yes, it was like a lot of 90s stuff, 90s dance music, Four Non-Blondes, a little bit of House of Pain. I'm like, great, jump around. But today, the music's awful. Like, it's atrocious. Like, ready to get YMCA. I go, this song's awful. This is like one of the worst songs ever. No offense, Joe. I know you love the Yankees. Something. But I hate wine. Like, that song sucks. And then it's like Donna Summer, hot stuff. Like,
that's great stuff.
Awful. Then it was Rod Stewart. Do you think I'm sexy? This is just atrocious.
What do you listen to in the MLB Network, Jim? Because you're in there every day.
Thank God I get to leave. And after they sit there, the music was awful. Because the previous time you would have loved it. It was all 60s music stuff that you like, Motown, Four Tops, that kind of stuff. So I go, well, you should have told her. My husband's coming. He's a Motown, 60s kind of guy. Sinatra, play the Motown, play the hits. So long story short, the music was a bust, but the class was fun. It's part of being a good partner, Joe. The love languages, quality time.
I don't know if Joe doesn't know much.
Oh, no. Oh, Lord.
Well, no, Joe knows love languages. So if someone said to me, like, why would you go take that class? I'm like, well, obviously, I didn't want to do it, but I knew she wanted me to be a part of it. And the class yesterday was good. So fingers crossed that the class next time is better. What do you think about working with your partner, though, by the way? Because one of the guys was telling me, because I was the only dude in the class. One of the guys, he goes, normally I come here with my wife. I go, whatever, you don't have to make excuses. He said, no, he goes, you're brave. I said, why? He goes, a lot of guys come together, and then the wife tells the guy you're not doing it right. The guy criticizes the wife's for it. I go, oh, never. I would never. What am I, a D-bag? You're like, I'm not going to do that. You do your work and enjoy yourself. It's all good.
Well, it's like you said. I think the most important component is that the music is good and you're both on the same page. But we love that answer. Again, we love having you on. We know you have an amazing family back at home. Wanted to give them a very special shout out. But it seems like, again, you call me the man of many ventures, right? But no cinephile anymore, Amazon stuff. You got more time with your wife. But we know, listen, we know the current landscape that we live in, all the major professional sports, they're all spread out, right? So we watch Major League Baseball now on Netflix. We watch the MLB on NBC again, just like the good old days. I got to know, were you approached in any way to do some work with them, whether it was in studio stuff or, dusting off your old broadcast shops? Because we know, a man of many hats, you're very underrated on the broadcast. You don't get enough credit for how good you are stepping in from time to time.
So I'm sorry, you're asking about did I get asked to do anything with Netflix? Is that what you're asking?
Netflix or NBC?
NBC, yeah. Did they approach you?
Netflix, no. I had an interview with their head of talent, who was very nice, whose name escapes me right now, but she was great. And she was really, She was fun to chat with. I mean, it's odd with these things. You guys know what it's like. You're kind of trying to sell yourself, but they kind of know who you are. But like, if they had their choice, they'd get Joe Buck. So I'm like, okay, so like, I would hire Joe Buck too. Joe Buck's awesome. So if you can get Joe Buck, go get Joe Buck. If you can't get Joe Buck, you get Matt Vasgersian, who they used, who was awesome, and they're gonna have Lauren Shahadi, who's awesome. And maybe I'm like number 17 on the list. But if the other 16 people are unavailable, let me know. So I think that's kind of how it goes. But it's always a nice, pleasant conversation. And I said my kids would be so thrilled if Dad got to be on Netflix one day. So you never know if there's enough sick calls, I could do it. NBC, I just emailed Sam Flood, of course, who runs NBC Sports, has done it for decades. Sam's a great guy. When I got let go by ESPN, I met with Sam and NBC folks. They didn't have a spot necessarily for me at a national level. They found out that Eamon was from San Jose. I dropped in the conversation. So they said, well, we have an NBC like Bay Area. You might be interested in.
Yeah, regional sports network.
Right, correct. Yeah, so it would have been her dream job if I'd gone from ESPN to go to NBC Regional. But my agents at the time were like, it would be a pretty big drop off financially. I'm like, okay, no bueno. So we stuck with DAZN, and it will be network, which is great because I got to meet Fred. But the good news is I will be on Peacock starting this Sunday. I have a new show.
Oh,
yeah, I have a new show.
That's breaking news right here, baby.
Yeah, so that's why I messaged Sam because it's called Sunday Stretch, and it's going to be about 5 hours on the air. It's going to be we're on after the NBC game. So the week one Peacock game, I think, is 12:45. So I'll be on after that game's over, let's say 3:15 till 7. But every week until 7, going into the pregame show on NBC. And then their game, I think, is 7:20 first pitch, something like that. They'll have Joey Votto there in the pregame. But yeah, I think sometimes that game could be 12:10. So as I like to use the verbiage, which is an Aaron Boone line, he used to always call it 2 and a hook, meaning 2:30. People say, what does that mean? I go, it's a baseball term, 12 and 6, right? Curveball. It's a hook. So I tell people, this shift could be a 4 and a hook. They're like, what? I go, 4.5 hours. We're talking 2:30 till 7. So buckle up on Sunday. It'll be Red Zone for baseball fans, whip around show, live.
Oh, you got some experience
Sunday
with
stretch.
that. It's like it's basically like change up, looking show,
yeah,
screaming.
They said to me,
solo.
I did Big Inning on Monday. They said to me, well, this show, Sunday Stretch, is going to be like Big Inning, except you'll have commercial breaks. And I said, well, it's more like change up. And they looked at me like I had 3 heads. They had no idea what I was talking about. So no one is going to say that, Fred. They're saying
So you're heading back to Stanford for this?
No, thank God it's MLB Network production, so I'm here in studio.
Oh,
nice. Oh, it's excellent.
It's a shorter commute, 25 minutes, 30 minutes to Secaucus.
Studio K?
Studio K.
I'm just gonna ask because Joe's probably gonna ask, but are you gonna get Joe in the studio to come watch an episode? He'll sit behind.
It's not that exciting. No, it's not that exciting.
Joe in your headset. To the orso.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it still the visitor protocol? Is it still the same there, where you sign in the front and you sign the sign-in sheet?
We had Take Your Kids to Work Day last week, so I brought 3 of my boys. I had to sign them up online, so I don't know if that still exists if you're just showing up. Like, oh, here's my buddy Joe, but I would assume so.
Well, new studio soon. And I'm sure Joe will be begging you to get in there.
I know he's begging me. If Joe wants to ever come by, he's more than welcome to come by. What about
little say hey cafe lunch?
A quick form to sign in, no problem. I'm sure we can do it for you, Fred. Rags, if he comes by, quick sign in, no problem.
Rogowski back in the building would be something.
He'd love to do more with us. And I said, listen, I can't do it. He said, what do you mean? I said, I tried. They said, no. I said, what do you mean? I go, they think you're going to drop profanities or say something sexually offensive. He's like, really? I go, I'm just telling you what they say. People think like, oh, you can just get me. I don't run the company. If I could get myself, I would hire all my friends. Of course I would.
Of course.
In there. I go, I try, I sell. What about Scott?
We had him on that MLB podcast last year, right?
That was the only thing I was able to do. I try to get him on the network. They go, we can't get him on the network. And then Marty, who's a great guy, Marty Bentalta, goes, hey, I'm a big Rogowski fan. I can get him on the podcast. I go, okay, network podcast. Can have Rags is something inflammatory.
He is a loose cannon. So
live, they don't trust him. Like, I'm sorry, Rags, they don't trust you.
All right, and then last thing, give us like your top 5 Joes of all time.
Joe Calabrese, obviously number 1. Joe Pesci is 2.
Wow. Joe Pesci, I love you, man.
Joe Calabrese over Pesci and Buck.
Joe Piscopo is 3. Joe Buck is 4. And Joe Pepitone is 5. Give me a Yankee there for Joe.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Wow. What about Joe Watson? One of the original Flyers before your time?
Before my time, yeah. Honorary mention to a cup of Joe. I'm not a coffee guy, but a lot of people like coffee. A cup of Joe. Honorary mention.
All right. And obviously, we always ask, I stump you. I'm not going to ask you because I asked sometimes your right moment. I want you to give me your Joe's wrong moment, a time where you and Joe were exchanging texts or tweets or something, and you were like, this guy Joe is just so wrong here. What is he doing?
Maybe when he met Pablo Torre, because it's one of those things. It's like, Joe's smart about knowing what I'm capable of, but there's certain things I'm not capable of. So in the interest of what he said, Cliff Floyd, like, could you introduce? Of course I can. I work with Cliff. He's a friend. Absolutely, I can introduce you. And just as Joe said earlier, we'd like to get him on the pod. If you can help broker him, like, absolutely. If I'm sitting next to Cliff and Joe texts him and I tell Cliff, hey, that guy Joe that just texted, he's our friend. He's great, no problem. But there's certain guys that don't know that well. So Pablo Torre said, can you introduce me? I go, I know Pablo this much. Like, I know Pablo in the, hi, I'm Pablo. Hi, I'm Adnan. We've worked together at ESPN. That's it. I don't know beyond that. I don't think I've had a conversation more than 7 words. I think that was probably the first time I actually physically met him. But Joe's like, well, just introduced me. I go, I can, but there's nothing else I can do beyond that. I can literally go, Pablo, this is my friend Joe. And if Pablo's a dick, there's a dick. If he's great to you, I take no credit either way. Then Pablo was fine. He was polite, this and that. I believe at some point, I think I started talking to Skipper. And then I think Joe got Pablo's number, and then whatever. And then months later, Joe goes, hey, listen, how's Pablo doing? I go, I have no idea. I don't have his cell number. I don't keep in touch with Pablo. I know nothing about him. I like his work. I hope he's kind to my work. That's it. He goes, we're trying to get him on the pod. Well, good luck to you. I have his cell. Text him. He goes, but could you maybe help broker? Joe, I can't broker. You know I'm wrong. There's nothing I can do in this instance. Good luck to you. Text him. If he comes on, I'm sure he'll be great. Pablo Wright, get it done.
Well, unfortunately, he never came on, even though I still have his contact in my phone, on my phone. I texted him a couple times through the years.
Don't be so hung up on him. This is like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
2021, maybe
2022, December of 22. So we're talking over 3 years now. Obviously, he's not going to have no clue who we are. However, I think if we post this clip and Awful Announcing picks it up, then he'll be like, wait a minute.
Well, they're going to be, hopefully, our guy Joe Lucia, who didn't make Adnan's list, post an article about how, Adnan was up for the Netflix role and went to Excursion, but now he's doing Sunday Stretch.
Yeah, listen, I'm thrilled. I'm still going to be in the NBC family. Trust me. Sam, my wife was impressed because this guy runs the
I
business.
was stunned that
I emailed Sam at 2:19. He wrote back 4 minutes later. I'll read you his email. This guy.
You pitched the show to him or what? Or they came to him thanking him after with the email.
I'll give you the whole rundown. I just want to read you what Sam said because you're going to like his response. I said to Sam, just a quick note to say how thrilled I am to be hosting Sunday Stretch this Sunday all season long and make my return to Peacock 4 years after the Winter Gold Show we did during the Olympics. I know it'll be a great product. I'm thrilled baseball's back on NBC. Sorry about your Red Sox. Alex Cora remains a dear friend. After our time together at ESPN, we spoke Sunday. Clearly, Breslow thinks the roster's a lot better than they've shown. So Sam wrote back 4 minutes later, 2:27 I sent, 2:31. Glad you're back on Team Peacock/NBC. This NBC roster is a bit more talented than what Cora was stuck with in Boston. Looking forward to watching you perform magic on Sundays. Hopefully we can connect soon in person. Have fun and make some magic, Sam. So the first thing I said to Dan Camiani, I go, he used the word magic twice. So I said, the first thing I'm going to say this Sunday, Harry Houdini. Like, I'm going to make a lot of Houdini references. He goes, why? I go, well, clearly magic is in Sam's mind. Wow. He's an executive. He likes magic. He goes, if you start, I go, I'll do magic tricks, whatever it takes. I might start the show that way every week. It's magic time. Welcome to Sunday Stretch here on Peacock.
I'm still stunned.
Only you guys will know why the hell I'm doing that.
I'm still stunned he didn't do Winter Gold this year. I know it would have been tough with the everything, but
yeah, I was traveling with Amazon. It would have been a little bit challenging.
Melissa, yeah, I think you'll be in LA. You'll be doing
I don't know if that's accurate. I should answer your question. How'd the job come
baseball.
Up? So, Peacock said, we want to do this show. And then I lobbied to Mark Capalbo, one of our great bosses. I said, I want to do it. I've been on Peacock. Sam knows who I am. At least known knows who I am. She runs the town for NBC. And I said, listen, let's be honest. You're not going to get Excursion. You're not going to get Amsinger. And you're not going to get Brian Kenny. So I'm your best option. You're not going to get Roflo. He's busy with Central. You're not going to get Shahadi. So I know those guys are better than me. Again, you have to know where you rank in the roster.
Better than you.
Of the other people who are available, I'm your best available option. And Capalbo goes, I completely agree. I think you're great. Sam will love it. And Sam was like, yeah. And he said they kind of intimated, we want someone who's got a little juice, someone who's got a little bit of flex.
Yeah. Now, are you on camera? We go in t-shirt. We go in no tie, obviously.
No tie. You
maybe tie for the first one.
No. I said no tie. I said I'll do this show no matter what. I only have two asks. I get to sit and no tie. Greg Colley, the great producer of Baseball Day, he goes, Adnan's one of the easiest guys to work with. Because I worked with him for years. Because he only cares about one thing. He goes, what? He goes, no tie and sitting. He goes, he gets a little ornery if you make him stand for 2 hours. He goes, I just don't think he likes standing. I go, no, that's right. And 2, I'm short. And
it's always awkward when you're doing the MLB Network show standing at the desk.
Ron Darling's 6'4". These guys are all
Yeah.
tall. Like I don't like work with like if they're my height, they're Joe's height. Okay, Nick's height, no problem. I said if I'm with CY, he's not much taller than me. If I'm with Jake P,
Anthony Rucker, you guys are the same
oh,
muscle
record
mass.
terrible. He's massive. I hate that. I said it makes no sense TV wise. Why would you never have Bob Costas, who's 5'7", 5'6", next to some giant on NBC? They just wouldn't do that. So I said, just have a sit. And he goes, "So no tie?" I go, "No tie." And nobody wants to strangle themselves.
I hope you're on camera though. I don't want an NHL Tonight.
Every executive on my network does not wear a tie. And so when they tell me to wear a tie, I go, "I've never seen one of you guys wearing a tie. If you start wearing a tie, I'll start wearing a tie." They go, "All right, fair enough." So the pushback I'll get is they say, "Well, we just want it to be uniformity." I go, "Okay." So like tonight, Albert Pujols might insist on wearing a tie. I go, "Okay." I defer to Albert.
You gotta defer to the Hall of Famer.
Albert, if you want to wear a tie, then I'll wear a tie. But if it's up to me, and you mentioned Recker's like, whatever Adnan says, I'm like, we're going no tie. I'm like, all day long. So
I'm surprised I'm surprised Rucker even wants to wear a shirt.
Well, he's in such great shape. Like he's an unbelievable. The guy's so jacked. But I'm working with Kevin Kiermaier tonight, and I worked with Kiermaier the other day, and I go, "Listen, I got bad news." I texted Rucker immediately. I got bad news. He goes, "Why?" I go, "You're no longer the best looking guy here." I go, "I'm sitting next to Kevin Kiermaier. Are you kidding me?" I go, "Women are gonna be falling in love with this guy. Look at this guy's eyes. He's in great shape. Rucker, he's way better looking than me. I'd fall in love looking in those eyes." So tonight,
Wow.
Kiermaier and Pujols.
Breaking news: Adnan and Anthony Rucker texting.
Yeah, well, I don't know why that's breaking news. We should be the Kiermaier's hottest guy on television. That's more the breaking news. You can see him tonight. I'll be watching the Flyers game. Everyone's going to be watching Kevin Kiermaier. I'm like, "Kevin, take this away. I'm trying to watch the game here." Speaking
Flyers,
of family affairs, Joe, my son Shaz to game 3. Unbelievable experience. All-time father-son moment.
I love that.
God bless America. We had seats along the blue line. So the Flyers, when they had the puck, we had their end, so to speak. 3 goals in the second period. Great Flyers win. This guy was so nice. Who says Philadelphians are not nice? He saw father and son walking. Me and Shaz goes, hey. Gave me a signed Cam York puck. I'm like, "Are you kidding?" He's like, "Yeah." I walked away and I got to give this guy some. All I had on me was $10.
Wow.
Like,
You should have signed something for him. I mean, that's worth a lot of money.
Stop talking. I gave him $10. He said, "Thank you so much." He was a great guy. Philadelphians are great people. Great Flyers win. Let's get it tonight.
Very happy you and your son shared a really amazing moment with the Flyers. They're currently in the midst of a really great run during these Stanley Cup playoffs. Adnan, how are the book sales?
Not good. Disappointing. Next question.
I think the audiobook will do better.
Audiobook could do better. Please buy the book, though. It is still available. Cinephile right now, available online wherever books are sold.
That's right.
.com.
Plug that book.
I think you got to go to one of these conventions where Mandy Rose and the Divas are taking pictures.
Half an hour.
And sell the books.
A closer is 1 inning. I thought this would be 5
Well,
minutes.
Between you and Joe, you can't even get a word in to direct anything. So you guys love to talk. We're wrapping up here. Joe, let's go.
Let's wrap it up. My last question for you, Adnan, and this actually not a question for you, this is a question for Nick. Nick, do we consider Adnan a true Jersey guy now? And if we do, is this the summer that we finally have to get together and do a nice day out together where we grab a lunch or something and then we go and get dessert at a place like Gelati or something? What do you think?
Do I consider him a Jersey guy? No.
I disagree. I disagree.
North Jersey is a different animal. I would say the odds of you two getting together this summer probably are high. I can't foresee me and Adnan seeing each other anytime soon.
Well, to Joe's point, Anna Dua, who does an unbelievable job on Sportsnet, she's Canadian but worked in New York / New Jersey and NHL for a little bit. When I was home in Toronto for the last game, Stars Leafs, we're chatting with the bar Amazon people. I said, "I got to go meet a couple of buddies." She goes, "Why?" He goes, "I got to meet a couple of my friends." One of my friends, we work together at TSC. She goes, "I always forget you're from Toronto. I just look at you as a Jersey guy." I go, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah, I don't see any Canadian off of you. I just think of this guy's a Jersey guy through and through." So, Joe, that's coming from a fellow Canadian. She goes, I just think of you as a Jersey guy. Nice. I think Joe's onto something.
I think you have been here long enough and you have done remarkable work and have lived in the state of Jersey long enough to qualify. So that's my opinion. I co-host a podcast that's called You Know I'm Right. So I'm right. But Adnan, we love you. We asked for 3 outs. You gave us 12. Right? But we appreciate your time. This has been episode 400. We really, really appreciate you all throughout the years, and we got to get together over the summer. But you know how this works here. Give us a really great send-off here. Final interview here for episode 400.
Well, listen, love you guys. So proud of your work. Again, you know I'm right. I wear the sweatshirt, by the way, proudly. I wore it the other day to the gym, and this guy said to me, "Oh, I love your sweatshirt." I go, "Thanks." And I should have actually told him, "Well, you know where to get one. Go Google it. Go listen to the podcast."
We got the merch store now.
Yeah, and another girl went to me as well. She's like, "Oh, I love your sweatshirt." I'm like, "Thanks so much. You know I'm right." And I said, "You got to support these guys." Fred Durst and Joe Calabrese. They do an unbelievable job. So whenever I can do it, the Crunch Fitness and Paramus, I'm happy to spread the word. I'm thrilled I've been on the podcast now 6 times. Who's been on more than me? Because now, I mean, ultimately, we all get a little competitive. Who's been on more than me? Anybody? Who can I outlast?
Now you're number one with this
Good.
appearance.
Who's
So,
second?
Tucker, who was on this episode earlier,
Okay, so Tucker's been on what, 4 or 5 times?
5, yeah.
5. Okay, well, okay.
So
So
you broke the tie in the same
okay.
episode.
If Tucker comes on again, let me know. I'm happy to. It doesn't have to be a milestone episode. If it's like 442, Tucker was on. I'll happy to come on 443. Get it done.
Interesting. All right. I think Arda is probably like a 4, so he's far behind.
Arda, by the way, one of the great guests you've had on. You know, I'm right. I mean,
Wow, we've had a lot of guests on.
No, but Arda was a top 10 guest. I thought he was great. He brought the heat. How many times have you had LG Red on?
1.
Okay, she's due for a return appearance.
We've had her on double the amount of times we've had on Tony Luffman. So leave it at that.
I don't understand. Why would you do it? You worked with them.
I don't know. I don't know. We tried years ago, like Pablo Torres. Some guys just say no.
I was going to say NHL playoffs. He's really funny. He's got a big personality. He knows Nick. Nick worked with him. Like, how could you? How many times has Rags been on? Rags has been on.
3 or
Rags
4,
been
I
on
think.
twice.
3 or 4 at least. No, I think 3.
Twice.
Twice?
He was on with Adnan once, and he's on a solo episode, and then again Adnan's book, so 3 times.
3 times.
I
That's good.
I don't foresee unless Savvy really takes off. I don't think Rogowski's coming back to the podcast.
Fair enough. But Luffman's going to come back on. You know what?
Come back on. He make a debut.
Well, he's going to make a debut. I'll message him in the office. At least I want to get an answer for you guys. Like if he says to me, "Well, I just don't like doing podcasts."
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you got to work on Pablo Torre too.
All right. That's it. We're done here. Adnan.
I'll get you John Skipper before I get your Pablo Torre.
That's a good one. Let's get a skipper. Get a skipper. All right, we're done here. I love you.
Thanks, Adnan. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate you. You know I'm right. Get it done.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed our 3 amazing interviews with Tucker Des Lauriers, Paulie Calafiore, and Adnan Virk. And before we wrap up here, Joe, I want to ask you, what is your you know I'm right moment?
So there's a time and place, right, where somebody pursues and asks me for advice and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. My you know I'm right moment is an ongoing moment. How many times has somebody approached me and said, "Oh, everybody has a podcast. Oh, there's, how are you guys going to differentiate yourselves?" I can't tell you how many times people have approached me and said, "Oh, you're still going? You're still doing that? How's it going?" I think the you know I'm right moment is the fact that I still want to continue this with you, and obviously you want to continue this yourself as well. I think that the chemistry that we have with our guests is undeniable. Again, I believe in the product. I believe in what we're doing here. And honestly, we're going to keep going. I'm going to keep going with this. And again, this is something that's ongoing, but my you know I'm right moment, and I think might be speaking for you as well, is once we finally make it and we finally hit the big time and everybody kind of comes up to us and says, "You know what? You guys never gave up. You never quit." Special shout out to John Cena. We know his favorite podcast is the You Know I'm Right podcast, as well as other amazing superstars such as Drew McIntyre and everybody else from WWE. But again, my you know I'm right moment is once we started here and the fact that after 5 years, we're continuing on and we're going to make this the biggest and best show possible. And very, very soon, you will see us next to the Joe Rogans of the world, the Logan Pauls of the world, all these other major shows. You know I'm right is coming for you. And it's there. We're coming sooner than you think.
And that'll lead me into my last words, which is, listen, you want to be on the right side of history.
That's right.
Right, Joe? So
right.
we have the guest booking, we have the dynamic, we have the personality, we have the amazing questions. But listen, if you want to be on the right side of history and you have the platform for us, we're open for business. Put us on your platform, promote our show. You got all these amazing guests. Not many shows, Joe, are doing what we do. Sports, media, entertainment, entrepreneurship, wrestling, reality TV. We've had some of the biggest names on from every single sector. And that is not something that anyone can ever take away from us.
No.
That's going to do it here for this episode. Special episode of You Know I'm Right, episode 400. For all of our great guests in the past, For our great guests on this episode, Tucker, Paulie, and Adnan. For my co-host, Joseph Calabrese, I am Nick Durst. And this has been You Know I'm Right.